Sleep with one night. Fucking. I'm not really used to this game. Right. That alright? Fucking have to be. Right. Can't see what I mean. Have you got over the Plymouth game? I've just about got over it now, but then it's been 5 days, so you'd hope so, wouldn't you? Red annoyed me into Sunday and into Monday. Then I saw lads at work, it annoyed them, so then we're chatting about it, so then I'm getting re-annoyed then. 3-0. It's not so much defeat, is it? It's the nature of defeat. Poor performance, and lads have got to put it right this Saturday, and I think they've got every chance of putting it right because they're playing a Shrewsbury team. Shrewsbury. I was never sure about that, but you know what? I'm going to stick with Shrewsbury because the nickname is the Shrews, not the Shrows. But then somebody calls them the Sloops or something. But we're going to stick with Shrewsbury. So, one have a better opportunity than Shrewsbury at home. And we've said all season anyway, before the season started, anything good we do this season is mainly going to hinge on our home form. So, great opportunity to get back on track. I suspect it's a game where we won't have to play brilliantly to be able to get something. I mean, one of their better players is out with COVID for the start, but these are a team who haven't been pulling up any trees, so we'll have a quick look at what they've been up to. Bad start to the season, at home, 1-0 defeat against Burton Albion. Followed that on again, still haven't scored, 2-0 defeat away at Morecambe. Third game, still without a goal, Portsmouth 1-0 away. And then battered 3-0 by Plymouth Argyle. But you know, all best sides lose 3-0 at Plymouth Argyle. They eventually get that first goal after 7 hours of football, a 2-1 win against Gillingham, but it doesn't last long, the happiness, because they're back to defeat with a 1-0 away at Accrington Stanley. Last result, a 1-1 draw with Crewe, which, you know, they'd probably be quite happy with that. So the record, played 7, won 1, drawn 1, lost 5, scored 3 and 10 against. So you can see what our problems are. Wednesday won 6, played 6, won 3, drawn 1, lost 2. Shrewsbury played 7, won 1, drawn 1, lost 5. Although our goal scoring record's not much better than them. They did have that one good win though against Gillingham, where they went after 7 hours of football, we had a goal. They came back from 1-0 behind to win 2-1. But the thing about that game is the last 10 minutes, and it was the last 10 minutes, injury time. Davies, 98th minute red card. Phillips for Gillingham, 98th minute red card. Burgoyne, 90 plus 10, 100 minutes. And then apparently the assistant manager of Gillingham also sent off, so a bit of a lively finish there. Now this is how they line up, 3-4-3, although apparently sometimes 3-4-1-2 with Whaley in the hole, or Vela in the hole. And now and again a 3-4-2-1 with 2 supporting players dropping back in to make it, well, almost a 6 across midfield. But whichever way they line up, he's clearly a back 3 manager. Now it's usually at this stage when I'll look at their team and I'll talk about what I think we can do about it. You know, I might look at it and talk about us playing one striker up front. Might actually work in this situation because they've got the 3 at the back, and actually it means they're spare men at the back, which is where you want them to have their spare men. You don't want them to have spare men in midfield, you don't want them to have the spare men in attack. I might possibly talk about how they're playing with wing backs and how we can look at isolating them. Can we get them overloads going and the little triangles around them, the little 3s against 1s and playing around the corner. But then I did that against Plymouth, didn't I? And we didn't do it, so I won't mention it. Plymouth, nice football, side to side to side in midfield, side to side to side at the back, although a bit more panicked. And none of that forward impetus, and that's what I want to see against Shrewsbury. Rhythm, tempo. I want to see a combative edge. And I want to see Wednesday going for the jugular. I want them taking the game. And I want it to have that footballing aggression. I don't mean chucking your son into stupid two-footers. I mean that football aggression of just ploughing in. Because we're at home, these have got a terrible away record, and it's that sort of game where we need to be doing that. Dennis the Menace is back, which is great, because he'll break the lines. It's that way when he's in the team, rather than... So Dennis is back, that's great news for us. And the great thing I like about him is he'll drive on with the ball. He's not always looking for the pass. And I know young footballers, you look for the pass, always get your head up, look for the pass. But he don't do that. He's like, I've got a ball, bang, I'm going through the middle. And the good thing is about that, not only does it get the whole team up the pitch, but it gives the opposition a decision to make. Because he's saying, he sets off like a steam train, and somebody's got to try and stop him. Somebody's got to come and engage him. And he's like, well, if, try and stop me, you're going to have to do something, bring me down, I'll have a free kick. You miss that impetus, that forward momentum that he brings to the side. So that's great news that he's back. And I also want to talk about Jayden Brown. Now, I know I'm always banging on about Jayden Brown. And I don't want to make it sound like, I'm obsessed and he's the second coming of Di Stefano. But he brings so much to that side that we miss when he's not there. He's got a real energy. He gets up and down. And when he's on that side, he comes inside and he creates that space for that overlap from Johnson. And I actually think Johnson looks better at fullback. I do. I think it's one of them situations. But dare I say it reminds me a little bit what I called the Phil King run. Because obviously he came as a midfielder and he played under wide wing for Swindon. And as a kid I can always remember, why is Ron playing a winger at left back and a left back on wing? But because of their natural inclination, King's inclination to get forward and Worthington's inclination to defend, they'd always got that lovely balance. And I think there was a little bit of potential there with Johnson at fullback and Brown, so there's that to look at. I'd like to see that again. What might throw a spanner in the works with that, though, is I think we're going to see this 4-3-3 that Darren Moore is playing. I think we're going to see it morph. I think the arrival with Berahino is going to change things up, because as it is at the minute, it's been a 4-3-3, the two wide players flanking the striker. And when I say flanking, I mean by about 3.5 miles, they're nowhere near him, and three in the middle, which is sometimes it's been like a flat three, sometimes wings being slightly ahead, sometimes Bannon slightly ahead. We played the game the other week when Luongo sat deep with two in front of him. I definitely think we're going to see that morph now that Berahino's here into a 4-2-3-1. He'll play off the main striker. We've seen him, I'm a bit sad, I've seen loads of footage when he were back at West Brom. That's a role he played all the time. Attacking, he goes up and he makes a second striker. It's almost 4-4-2 or almost 4-2-4 if you're really going for it. Lose the ball, he drops back in and it sort of becomes a 4-5-1. The difference with that is the wingers aren't often quite as high up the pitch. If you're giving somebody that free role and you've got the two behind, it's almost got to become a slight 4-4-2. So does that then start changing the thinking about who's on the left and the right? What's Corbyn's defensive side like if we're playing that system? If it's more of a 4 and there's that bit deeper and maybe crossing from deeper, what's the defensive side like? So that's the thing. But I do think it will morph into a 4-2-3-1 on almost the back 4 and the 2, like a block of 6, and then an attacking 4, if you know what I mean. So, and I do think Berahino will start. I've got absolutely no doubt in my mind Berahino will start, and he'll play off and around in sort of Gregory's orbit. Long term though, I do wonder where that leaves Windass, because I really like Windass. I love his drive, his energy, I love his determination, the fact he never lets defenders have a second on ball. He's always on, a keeper throws ball, like he's in on him on the first touch. I really like him. And he's got that work rate. He's not afraid of saying pop one over and I'll get after it and make a real nuisance of myself. So really like Windass, but I think he's more suited to that 4-3-3 that Darren Moore's currently using. 4-2-3-1, where the wide player might be having to drop in and do a bit more in midfield. Will that suit him? I don't know. So there's a lot to think about there. But I definitely see in this next couple of weeks especially that we'll see a 4-2-3-1. What I really want to see against Shrewsbury is a performance. The result I'm almost not bothered about. I know a lot of people will be like, "Wow, you dickhead," but I would rather see us win 1-0 with a really commanding performance, a positive performance, a controlling performance. I want to see us control the game and really close them out, go for the jugular, finish them off, make the most of the space, positive forward passing, good movement off the ball. And I'd rather see that. I'd rather see a performance that's a 1-0 win. Or genuinely, not being a dickhead, well maybe I am. I'd rather see a 1-1 when I'm seeing a performance when I'm thinking, that's the level they need to hit now, consistently. I'd rather see that genuinely than like a 3 or 4-0 where we're a bit spozzy, score a lucky goal, get a soft penalty. And I know we want to win games, but I really want to see that performance from lads. Positive performance where they take the game by the scruff of the neck and just drag them along with them. You know what I mean? I think we'll win. I think we'll win 2 or 3-0. I think it's probably going to be quite, dare I say, an easy-ish game for us. These ain't got a point away from home, they ain't got a goal away from home, so I think Wednesday will win 3-0. But I just want that performance. Let me know what you think we're going to do, and I'll see you on Sunday. Shrewsbury. Nigel Jemson, he went there, didn't he? At the end of his career. Gemo's last swan song. Got a goal, didn't he? Big FA Cup. Everton. FA Cup goal against Everton. Yes, Gemo's swan song. We've got Nigel Jemson, he smokes 20 Benson, na na na. Gemo.